Check. Here we are, back at it again. It is I, your host. And look, I've been feeling it to switch up the intro a little bit, right? So, I think I'm gonna do it now. Like, I'm gonna do it with this. So it's just gonna be shorter. So in these episodes moving forward, you just won't hear the whole song, right? Like, I'm gonna make everything a little bit shorter so we just jump right into the action. And I might let the outro be the same, right? So I'll let the outro be the same, but I'm going to kind of mess around with the intro and just shorten it, right? Like, so that's the main thing. And I've been hearing it in my head, like, okay, how am I going to do it? So I can hear it in my head how I want it done. And now I just have to cut it up. So that's what I'm going to do. And let's go ahead and insert it right now.
Everyday life, friends and family makes up the artist's dream.
All right, so hopefully, that turned out the way I wanted it. You guys know that I'm gonna do that in post, so I really won't know until now, right? But all in all, I'm sure it'll be fine. So let's see, what do we have cooking? Now, there's a few things there's a few things that I want to talk about. I will too. It's just a good feeling to know you're alive. It's just a happy feeling. You're growing inside, and when you wake up ready to say, right? So let's see, what do we have? We have before we get into I guess before we get into the other cases, because we have the girl, I don't know if it's Shania or Shanquella. So we have Shanquella, right? So on one hand we have the Takeoff murder, and then on the other hand we have the Shanquella murder, right? And two things that I feel are going to get in the way, or that we have to address moving forward with internet crime solving, right? So, but before we get into that, I've been replaying a game called Devil May Cry 5. And Devil May Cry 5 is like one of my favorite games. Devil May Cry, the whole series, is a good game. It's a good series. I've played it since the original. Let's see, when did the original one come out? Because I've learned something this time around that I didn't know, right? And you guys know that I'm always on the hunt for wealth. I'm always on the hunt to increase my wealth. Right, so this game came out, let's see, Devil May Cry, the original, being conceived as Resident Evil 4. Alright. And I could see that because it kind of reminded me, it had like that Resident Evil, it had that Resident Evilness to it. So the first game came out in 2006. Let's make sure of that, because I feel like it came out earlier than 2006. I wish they just put the dates on it. Okay, so Devil May Cry came out in 2001. All right, that makes sense. Right? So that makes sense. 2001, then 2003 Devil May Cry 2, then 2005 Devil May Cry 3, then 2008 Devil May Cry 4, and then 2019. Damn, 2019 is when Devil May Cry 5 came out, right? So gonna jump right into my Devil May Cry story, and it's not gonna be. I'm gonna go into the backlog of it, but but I'm going to tell you. So, all right, 2001 Devil May Cry comes out. It's a kick-ass game. I'm playing the game and I like it. Right? It's like, yo, man, this game is so fresh. It is so cool. Sign me up. So I'm playing it and I'm just getting all these ideas. Man, this could be like Castlevania. This is what Castlevania should have been. Because by this time we had already got Castlevania 64. So, this is what Castlevania should have been. Castlevania should have went like this. I wish that Castlevania, even playing it now in part 5, I just wish that they would just take everything, redo Devil May Cry 5 and put Castlevania characters in, and then start to make it original, right? Add whatever they need to add in order to make it original. But I feel like the main thing, the only thing that they really have to do, one of the things, you have to make it that Metroidvania style game, right? So it's 3D, and I know they can do it just because Devil May Cry does a good job of making these large and small arenas, and that's really all that you would need for Castlevania. So each room is going to be large or small, and they all connect, and then they have to figure out, okay, things that, or ways that you can reach things and not reach things, right? So I feel like they can do it. Okay, so Devil May Cry 1 is out. Like I said, I'm excited. I feel good. I'm rejuvenated. I'm playing. Devil May Cry 2 comes out. So like we said, that was 2003, and I didn't pick that one up, and I want to say I just didn't know about it. Now, remember, 2001, like the internet and YouTube did not exist. Now, it video, it just wasn't there yet. So I'm playing it. I feel like I'm playing it right. Like I feel like I'm beasting. I'm just having a good time, and I'm not even aware of anything. I'm not aware of any flaws or any lacking in my playing. I'm not aware. So I'm just playing Devil May Cry, and I feel good. Right? Like I'm playing and I feel good. I don't have any hey, this is what we have to aspire, right? So there's no aspiring. It's just me playing, right? So Devil May Cry 2 comes out in 2003, and I was working. I remember I was working because a buddy of mine, Ron from Philly, he was telling me about Devil May Cry 2. So I don't even know if I knew that it was out yet, but he was telling me about it. He was like, yo, it's fresh, and I'm working. And, or maybe he even said I think he even said yo, man, I didn't like it. Right. I just wasn't feeling this one. So, I want to say that I got the word that Devil May Cry 2, it wasn't as good. So I kind of skipped out on Devil May Cry 2. Then Devil May Cry 3 comes out, and I want to say that here, let's pause this. All right. No, I don't want to pause it, but I do want to, there we go. I want to mute it. So check. 1 2 1 2. All right. So what happened is I have the Tekken World Tour North America Regional Final Top 8 is playing while I'm recording, and the sound came through. So I don't know if it bled over or if it got some feedback from the mic. I'm not sure, but Devil May Cry 3 comes out, and I want to say that it was touted as like one of the hardest games, but you couldn't get it because I wanted to play it, but I couldn't get my hands on it, right? Because I want to say that it came out first. I want to say that it came out first on in Japan. that's what I want to say, that it came out first, because when you read it, these people say that the North America version or the North American release was hard, and that it was like the hardest game. So that's what I wanted to play, but I couldn't get my hands on it. I couldn't get my hands on the game. So eventually, let's see, where are we now? I think it's 2000. So that is 2005, right? So 2005, Devil May Cry comes out. Devil May Cry 3 comes out. And like I said, I heard about it. I heard that it was hard, but it was hard to get your hands on at that time. Like, it was hard to get the American copy of Devil May Cry 3. And then Devil May Cry 4 comes out. Now, Devil May Cry 4 comes out, and I want to say that it was on like the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360. And I want to say that I was playing it on, I'm not sure if I played it on the Xbox or if I played it on the, matter of fact, I think I did play it on the Xbox. I think I had it on the 360. So I'm playing on the 360, and it's good. It's fire. I'm back in the game, right? Because remember, I pretty much was off since Devil May Cry 1. So I was just happy to get back in the game. Devil May Cry 4. I'm playing Devil May Cry 4. I beat it. But at this time, Devil May Cry 4 is 2008. Well, we have YouTube. YouTube is in full effect in 2008. Well, I can't say full effect because, it revs up even more. But it was enough to where I looked it up and I was watching the gameplay. Now, it was a guy from Japan who was playing Devil May Cry 4. So I wanted to just follow along. So the first stage, he got an S. He got an S ranking far as time and style ability. So I'm like, all right, boom, let me go ahead and get this S. Right now, bear in mind, I watched this guy. I watched him play through the game. Now, I already played through the game, and like I said earlier, like I felt like I was good. I felt like I did good. I'm watching him play the game. And like, yo, he's doing good. Like, yo, he's beasting, right? He's doing moves. Yeah. Look, I'm ready. All right. Now let me go ahead and look, I want to get all S's, right? Because I want to say that I wanted to platinum the game. Now that's one of the features of the 360 and PlayStation 3. What is it called? Achievements. They call it achievements. So I wanted to get, whatever. I wanted to platinum the game. I wanted to get all the achievements. So I'm following along with this guy. Like I said, stage 1, I get an S. Stage 2, I'm watching him. Boom, I get the S. And I want to say around maybe stage 4. Around stage 4, or it could have even been higher. Maybe I got up to like stage 10 or something. But at some point, I couldn't get the S. Right now, like I said, I was watching him play, and I didn't do exactly what he was doing. I was just doing whatever it took for me to get the S. But as I got up to those higher levels to where my skill couldn't get me that S, and I looked at him, then I started to notice that he's doing stuff that I'm not doing. So I'm trying, right? I'm trying to, because like I said, I watched him, but a lot of stuff I wasn't even comprehending. Like, my brain wasn't comprehending what I was watching. So I'm watching, and he does a move, and I'm like, man, how does he get that move to come out? Like, how does he do this move? Right? Like, yo, how is he, and I didn't even have the language. To describe what this Japanese or Korean player was doing. I didn't even have the language to describe. So the only thing I knew is that, like, yo, he's doing moves like faster than I'm able to do these moves. I mean, he's doing things a lot faster than I'm able to do them. And I just could not figure it out. I was trying, and it just wasn't happening. Now, one of the issues is the language barrier. So this whole YouTube video, YouTube channel was in, it was either in Japanese or Korean or some type of, Asian looking handwriting. So the comments, were like, just everything on his page was in Japanese, right? We'll just go with Japanese, but I don't know where he's from. So all of that stuff is in Japanese, right? So I'm like, all right, man, like, I don't understand. And I don't even know that I'm looking for something, right? Like, I don't know that there's like a special technique or a special thing that's being utilized. Now remember, now we're in 2008. I hit this brick wall. And, look, I mean, I beat the game. I had fun. So it's no real big deal, right? He's doing some stuff. He's making these moves come out faster, but I don't even understand. Like, I don't have the language to describe it, nor do my brain has, a reference point. So look, I'm just not even going to worry about it. 2012 comes out. You get Devil May Cry HD. And then 2013, you get, DMC, their re-release. And then we get 2019 Devil May Cry 5. So I jump back in the water. 2019, I'm playing again. And look, I'm playing, but now YouTube has been around so long, and you got Twitch and all of these other avenues and ventures. They've been out and they've been around so long that the market, everything has changed. So now you can talk to people, you can ask questions, right? So as I'm watching this video, as I'm watching Devil May Cry, and this is probably 2020, because during 2019, that's when you got COVID. And at that point we moved, so I wasn't playing. So I picked it up, I played a little bit, but then I set it down, right? So I'm still not aware. Okay. I'm still not aware. Where I'm working, eventually, my mom, she dies. Just life happens. I'm just working. And then I come back. Here it is, 2022. So this is 21 years later. Okay. 21 years later. So I pick it up early this year and I was playing, but then I stopped. And then now I just picked it up again. Okay. I'm playing it now. And like I said, we got YouTube. So I'm checking on YouTube and they're talking about jump canceling. I'm like, oh man, what is this? Like, yo, if you want to get those stylish combos, you want to, do all of the crazy, combos and stay in the air and play the game the way it's supposed to be played. Like, yo, you have to jump cancel. So I check out some videos. So I'm learning, I'm practicing. So right now, watching, videos. So I have a jump canceling video that I watch. So I check that out. And I practice, and I'm just picking it apart, right? So there's an infinite in the game that you can do, that you have to learn. So you have to learn this infinite, and pretty much that's what you want to do. You want to learn all of these different infinites and all of these different combinations. And when you put those together, now you can start to play like a pro, right? So we have 21 years before I realize that there is a mechanic. There's a certain thing that's causing or helping these pro players achieve greatness in the game, right? Achieve this stylish way, like pretty much play the way I want to play, right? So when the game comes out, so this mechanic has been in the game since 2001. Since it was released, this mechanic has been in this game. So since the game has been out for 21 years, this mechanic has been evasive to me. I didn't even realize that it was there. I didn't even see it until 2008. So the game was out for 7 years. And I didn't even realize what I was seeing. So 2000 comes out, 2001. Now we get 2008 comes around. So I probably seen it because I'm playing it. I don't think I hopped on YouTube for the game maybe until 2009, right? So 8 years before I watch this pro player or this guy who's just playing crazy and ridiculous, it was 8 years before I seen somebody play like that. And because I didn't have the language for it or know what I was watching, it just went over my head. Like I didn't even have a consciousness of it. And then we get 10 more years so 2008 to 2018, 10 more years. That's 18 years, right? Or we could say 17 from 2001. But 17 years and I still did not even know about this mechanic. So here I am trying to play, and I remember just like trying to force out the move, trying to force out the technique and setting it down like, yo, I just don't know, right? I just don't know. And I finally get some understanding. Like I said, it's 21 years later. And I tell this story because that's the same story for most of us when it comes to making this money, to becoming wealthy, to becoming successful, right? 20 years, 21 years, right? My journey has been even longer because even though you figure like I just count all of my time on earth as a way for trying to get this money. Now, if you don't get it or you do get it, like I'm just talking about me. I can't say that you've been doing this for so long, right? But I hold myself accountable, right? Like, yo, man. But the difference is with Devil May Cry, like I've intentionally been playing the game, right? So I'm playing it. I've been working since I was 16. Okay, so it's not like I just wasn't working. So I'm doing that. We've been playing since 2001. We don't even see the possibilities until 2009, right? 2008, 2009 is when we actually see the possibilities, but we don't know. It's just going over our head, right? So even with the money, like, all right, I've been working and all of these possibilities have just been going over my head. I didn't even realize, I didn't even think it wasn't a possibility. This stuff is just going over my head. And then until I try to do it, and we could just say that can be with anything, whether it's affiliate marketing or with the music or just whatever, right? All right, I try to do something, but I'm not getting the same result as when I see someone, whether I'm watching somebody on I'm watching somebody on freaking YouTube or Twitch or whatever, right? I'm watching somebody make money. They're making this money. And then I try with my little products, but I'm not getting the same result. But what Devil May Cry kind of helped me realize is like, yo, there are tools, there are things that people are taking advantage of that I'm not even aware of. Like, I didn't even learn about jump canceling until 21 years later. Like, damn, man. You got these guys, there's people who knew about it in 2001. There's people who knew about it in 2001, but because the internet and just how things fell, And it's really just has to do with my location, because if I would have been in a different location where other players were playing and they say like, yo, I found this out, and then you watch, right? So if I would have been in a different location, I would have learned about it a lot faster. If I would have been in a different environment. So I had to wait until technology made an equal leveled playing field. Just think about somebody who's playing Devil May Cry 5 for the first time, right? There's some kid, maybe he's 18 or 19. He's playing Devil May Cry 5, right? At this point, today is his first time. He goes on to YouTube and he learns about jump canceling within 3 months of him within 3 months of him actually first time playing the game. So now he has 22 years of jump canceling. Just like that person 21 years ago who learned about jump canceling, right? Now we can just say like, yo, because in 2008, I'm watching this guy and he's jump canceling. I don't even know. I didn't even have the word jump canceling. So I don't even know what the hell is going on, right? But you got a whole group of people who know like, yo, yeah, he's just jump canceling. And so when they watch him and they see what he's doing in 2008, he puts that video up and they know about jump canceling. Oh, all right. So I can jump cancel that and then go into that. Oh, okay. I can jump cancel here and then go into there. Right. So there's so many other techniques. There's offense and defensive techniques that are in Devil May Cry that I wasn't even aware of. When you jump, you get a level of invincibility. You can't be hit. When you do certain taunts, there's certain frames that you get, that you become invincible. So you can use all of this stuff to your knowledge. So what this game is really telling me and showing me and revealing to me is that there are hacks. I could say hacks, but that's what everyone uses right now. That's like the standard language for, that's the language for I guess if you want to call it shortcuts or, ways to take advantage of a system, right? Each system, and you figure when Devil May Cry 1 came out, I'm sure they didn't set it up like, hey, we want to put this in. But what they found was people liked it. They took advantage of it and, people liked it. So instead of taking it out, they just improved on it. Look, let's do this to it and let's do this. So because of whatever flaw, because the whole idea of jump canceling is that you, when you jump up in the air, there's certain moves that you only can do one time, right? So let's say you have a slash. So you jump up in the air, you can slash like two or three times, right? Let's say it's a combo where you go 1, 2, 3, 4, and the 4 pushes you far away from the enemy, so you can't slash anymore, right? So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Jump canceling allows you to go 1, 2, 3, jump cancel, 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 1, 2, 3, jump cancel. It's infinity until you want to do the 4 and that knocks him away, right? So this is a mechanic in the game that resets your move in the air count, right? Whatever that's called. So these things are all around us, but we don't know that they exist. So, okay, I have a book and we'll talk about the book, right? But we can also talk about the music, but we'll briefly just discuss the book. But the book, Round 1 Fight, is out. Okay. There's other people who have books out. Now, like I said, I probably sold total since maybe 2019. I think the book probably came out in 2019 or 2020, somewhere around that time. Maybe even, 2021. It's hard to tell. I know I keep pushing it further and further, right? So the book comes out, let's say 2021. Comes out. And I sell a few copies to family and friends, and then we have maybe just one other person here and there comes along and they buy it, right? So that's pretty much how it's been going. Somebody will find this eventually, and then they'll buy it, and somebody will try, and so that's what you got that going on. But there is a jump cancel, right? We'll just call it JC. There is a JC for selling books. I just don't know it, because other people, somebody will come out and they will, boom, they'll just constantly selling books. They're selling chapters. I was watching one guy. I mean, it's not like he was signed to anybody, but eventually, I mean, he blew up in the book world. And there's countless other stories like that. And then even we can go to the music. There are people just like me who are releasing music, and they are, boom, they're on it. They're blowing up. They're doing whatever, and they're just being successful far as with the numbers, just streaming, getting in front of an audience, however you want to label it. And they're doing the same exact music. So it's not like, oh, these people are doing some other music, or these people are doing some other this or some other that. Right. And that's what you have. And you even have, people with YouTube channels, and their channel is blowing up. They're just, boom, moving fast, and they're just accelerating. Right. They're using a JC for whatever the JC is for YouTube. Like, they're using it. And because of location and knowledge, and just, they're able to just be successful. Whereas I'm like, yo, what? I don't even know what's going on. I can't even see what the hell is going on. I don't even know what's going on. And that's just consistent. That's consistent with everything, whether it's a YouTube channel, whether it's books, whether it's music, streaming, it don't matter, right? But so it's like, yo, how can we find this stuff for ourselves? And I think moving forward, and like if we go back to games, right? When a game comes out, no matter what the game is, spend some time just kind of learning the rules. So like, look, play the game, beat the game. Okay. And then try to see what rules, what's governing this game. So if we would have played Devil May Cry 1 with our new understanding, so we would have played the game, we would have liked it. Hey man, this game was good. But this game was hard, right? This was definitely a hard game. We would have played the original, we would have beat it. Then when we played again, now look, let's see if we can evade, right? Let's see. So on this, let's say when you jump up in the air and it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, is there anything that resets that? Where we go 1, 2, let's go with 1, 2, and just hit every button after and see what happens, right? Because if we would have did that, then we would have learned back in 2001 that you can jump right after you do 1, 2. So you do 1, 2, you can jump, you do 1, 2 again, right? Eventually we would have learned that if we knew that, okay, yo, you can jump off of them after 1, 2, you can jump. And then we would have did 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So, whoa, oh, then we would have did it 1, 2, jump, 1, 2, jump, 1, 2, jump. All right. Then we did 1 jump, 1 jump, 1 jump, 1, 2, 3 jump, 1, 2, 3 jump, 1, 2, 3 jump. And then we would have said, look, well, let's see if we can do 1, 2, 3, 4 jump. So instead of going 4, we go 1, 2, 3, 4 jump. Right. So just that, because the human mind has it in it, whether you're a male or you're a female, the human mind has it to explore. The scientific method is the human mind. It is, I want to explore and see what's going on, see what is good with this technique, see what can I do. So the human mind has this. Everyone has access to this. But if you're not looking, then you won't find it. So that's what I have to be aware of. So like, all right, how can I apply this to the music? How can I apply this to making money? Because opportunity is all around us, right? Here I am struggling, just trying to make more money, trying to generate more income, more revenue. And you only get 24 hours in a day. That's all you get. No one gets more hours in a day. So I can get 2 jobs, I can get 3, 4, 5 jobs, but I'll never be able to work more than 24 hours in a day. So it's like, all right, okay, all right, that's all I can do. And right now I'm working 2 jobs, and it's like, look, then you got to worry about if you're tired, you got to maintain your health. So you can wear down quick, and before you know it, boom, your boy Bo done checked out. Man, what happened? Man. And y'all know at this level, I won't even make the Google page. Like, people won't even know. Y'all just like, man, I guess he just checked out, right? You wouldn't even think that I died. You would just think, look, man, guess he just not doing it anymore. And then some of you guys will check my Facebook, and you'll check my Instagram and Twitter, and eventually somebody would be like, at Bo Miles, rest in peace. It's like, damn, what happened? Like, yeah, man, he just worked himself to death. He was just trying to just generate more money and just earn more income, and he was working 11 hours, and his body just couldn't take it. His health started to flee, right? So that's us just at the problem. But no, first thing is, okay, we know that there is some form of jump canceling in life, in finances, in making money, right? It's not called jump canceling. It's called something else. But people are taking advantage of it, and we're really able to see it. But the only thing is, we just don't know what we're seeing. Just like in that Devil May Cry, when I told you in 2008, I finally got a chance to see it. I didn't even understand what I was seeing. So it didn't even matter that I could see it, because I didn't understand what I was even watching. Right? So there's stuff like that. We're watching things, and we don't even know what we're watching. But people are taking advantage. People are jump canceling in the way that they're getting this money, the way that they're selling products and conquering things. People are jump canceling. It's not just, I can't even say that it's not fair, because it is fair. It is fair. Like, jump canceling was in Devil May Cry 1. Whether or not I arrived and understood it in Devil May Cry 1, like, that doesn't have anything to do with fairness, because it was there, right? Now, the people who worked on the game, they knew it was there. So it just, of course, that trickles that way. They tell their little cousin, or they tell right? So you've been developing this game, and you tell your son likes the game, or your cousins like, your family like, oh man, it's a fun game. And then you tell them, you show them jump canceling, right? Now, boom, they're jump canceling, within a few months of the game even released, and it just spreads out, right? As they play it, then they play it for their friends, and they're like, oh man, what's this? Right? So it works that way. But also you have people, like I said, who when the game first came out, they was looking to say, okay, after they beat it, all right, what can we do? Like what else can be done with this? How can we reset this? So I know, okay, I have Twitter, right? So right now I use Twitter to advertise. So I send out a post every day, twice a day. Hey, this is my music. Cause my latest project that released is the Cyber Runner, which is, it's pretty good. Like it's a good thing. So that released. So I send that out every day, and I've been sending all of my projects. Look, I got this out. I got this. Check it out. And it goes to however many. I don't even see. So the first thing is, okay, I need to figure out, okay, how many people is this thing going to? Right? Which crowd is the most responsive? Right? Who would listen to this? What type of radio stations, even if they're independent, what type of independent or college radio stations would like this? So these are the type of things that I need to identify and get this stuff out there, right? Because my music was Shazammed a few times. So that means that someone heard it somewhere and they didn't know what song it was. So then they let Shazam hear it, and then boom, Shazam was like, yo, this is this, and here it is, right? So I need to get my music, I need to get it played. So I got to find out, the stations that would play my music, and then I can start, look, hey guys, y'all want to play? And then I can start sending my music to them, because I'm sure a lot of artists, they're not doing that. So they get a direct contact with me, and I get a direct contact, and I know, okay, well, my song is being played in this market, is being played here, is being played there. Right. So I can be more proactive. I mean, just information like, all right, so if we're playing a game, we can be more thought provoking, or more, I don't even know what word you would say, but we can be more consciously progressing forward. We just have to constantly be aware. Okay, look, I have to stay aware. I just can't get locked into the mechanics or what was intended and think that is the end all be all. Like, no, life isn't just the end all be all. Okay, this is what was intended, so this is what you're going to do. This is what you have to do now. Like, no, because people are going past that and saying, okay, if this is what is intended, how can I use this in my favor, right? How can I reset it earlier than how can I force a reset? Because that's really all that happened with Devil May Cry in the jump canceling. It's just, how can I force a reset? Whether it's a reset in standing or a reset in jump in the air, right? But can a reset be performed somewhere? So if the total loop is, all right, I find a picture, I put up my link, and then I tweet and rinse and repeat. Is there something that can be done in the middle so I find a picture. Is there some way for me to get 12 pictures? Right? So instead of me just finding one picture, I get 12 pictures. So I find the picture, post, add the link, post, right? So I find 12 pictures, find 12 links, post 12 times. Is there somewhere for me to reset and to take advantage of something, right? These are the things that I have to ask myself. And these are the things that you have to ask yourself. So as I'm moving forward, it's just very important. It's life or death, because if not, then then that's what's going to happen, is I'm going to work myself to death. And that's like, man, working smarter, not harder. And people, you hear it all the time, but just because you hear it doesn't mean you truly understand it, that it's truly a part of you. But that's what I have to do. And like, if I talk to my brother, he'll tell me the way that he makes money, right? So no matter what it is that we're talking about, he's going to put things in the way that he makes money. If I talk to one of my good friends back home in Baltimore, he's going to tell me, no matter what it is, he's going to tell me and put it into a way that he makes money. But I have to look at how I make money. How am I making money? How am I making the money? So when I sleep and I'm still like, every month I still get money from different places. Okay, how am I making that money? Because I need to look at that. I need to focus on how I make money. I can't worry about how everybody else makes their money. How do I make my money? And now how can I increase the way that I make my money? Right? So these are the questions that we have to ask. You have to ask yourself that as well. How do you make money? If you're on this journey, if you're not, I mean, it's all good. It's no big deal. Like, I don't feel like everyone needs to be on this journey. And whenever I'm not on it, I'm just not on it. Like, yo, I'm good. Like, I'm good with music and I'm good with video games. And look, if I got that, like, yo, that's good. Right. But I'm intentionally, and I'm trying to have a certain amount and to live a certain way. Right. That's what I want. So now we just have to say, all right, pay attention. Right. So we got, all right, we're paying attention. We're watching how are people, or how can we reset something? How can we get more out of something? Right? Just because it's there and it's not showing us doesn't mean that that it's not showing us. Right? We got to say that, yo, it is showing us. It is showing us. My brother always says that success leaves clues. Success leaves clues. When I was watching that Devil May Cry 4 video for the first time and I saw jump canceling, that's what's happening to me every day. I'm watching something and I'm seeing people take advantage of something. I just don't know what. I just don't know what it is, right? So you are watching people take advantage of something. You just don't know what it is. So we just have to figure out, okay, how can we identify something that we don't know? And that's going to be hard, but it can be done. And for the remainder of the time, I want to talk about the Takeoff murder and the Shanquella murder, and how the internet detectives have investigated this. Right? I can't say solved, but they've investigated. Now, one of the things with the Takeoff murder was we had footage, right? We had footage. It was grainy. When we just had cell phone footage, it would have, things would have went a lot faster and we would be a lot clearer if we had the surveillance footage. Now, that has not been released, but if it was released, then we would be, I would say, clear, because right now, as of December the 11th, DJ Pat from Houston is being charged with the murder of Takeoff, which we got to put his name, his actual government out there. Okay. Why? Because he's not just a rapper. He is someone's son. He is someone's nephew, right? He's someone's grandson. So that's why I want to, and I know he has one of those crazy names. This is like back when I was teaching, I used to always be afraid, a Kershnik. I would always be afraid that, like, yo, man, I'm gonna freaking mess up. I'm gonna mess up somebody, you know, mess up my student's name, right? So I used to always be afraid of that. So Kirshnik ball. So Kirshnik. And I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, just because this is just how people have been pronouncing it. But you know that people can be pronouncing it wrong, right? I would have to hear Offset or Quavo say it, right? One of his family members, somebody who knew him. Yo, this is how we say it. Because I remember when there was like Tupac and Surge Knight and Tupac, right? It was like, oh man, that's not how you say it. You feel me? So hopefully I'm saying it right, Kirshnik. But if we would have had, so DJ Pat was charged with the Takeoff, aka Kirshnik Ball murder. Now, from the cell phone footage that we have, we can't see that. Like, that came from left field. No one was really able to see DJ Pat kill Takeoff in the footage that we were privy to. We weren't able to see that. So this indictment, this arrest, them charging him is, I would say, is like left field. No one was expecting it. But that's only because we didn't have access to the surveillance footage. Now, once we get access to that, then we can say, okay, he either did it or he didn't. So, because we didn't have access, we were putting, and I say just because it's like the internet detectives, and I can say that I'm one as well, but the internet detectives were putting the murder on an assailant named Little Cam. So they was putting it on Little Cam just from the footage and watching the footage and slowing it down and just getting ideas from, like, interpreting the footage. So from interpreting the footage, it was like, yo, Little Cam killed Takeoff, aka Kirshnik, or Kirshnik Ball, aka Takeoff. Little Cam did it. So police get out there, like I said, they indict and they arrest DJ Pat. So we have to look. We want to see the footage just to make sure, because what's happening is people are saying, yo, all right, let's see. We just want to, yeah, okay, there we go. So people are saying that DJ Pat is the fall guy. Right? Like, yo, nah, he the fall guy for this. It was Lil Cam, but Mob Ties, they are turning DJ Pat over to keep Lil Cam out here on the streets. So eventually they're going to have to release the surveillance footage. How did they arrive to this? Because this is a new day and age for crime solving. Police just can't just say whatever they want, do whatever they want, and think that the public is going to allow this. You have people who have invested time watching the footage, watching how things work, watching how things turned out, and they're like, yo, you got to prove it to me. You got to prove it to me now. So that's on one hand, where the internet detectives believe and interprets the data different from what the police has made a move on. Because I can't say that it's wrong yet until we see the footage, until we see the surveillance right? Until we know, okay, how did the police arrive at their conclusion? And now we can check it against our conclusion, right? So until that happens, that's up in the air. So that's the left hand. On the right hand, you have Shanquella. You got Shanquella. Her murder, as it relates to the internet detectives, what I'm seeing, people are making up stories. People are just making this, they're just making shit up. We didn't see that with the Kershnick, aka Takeoff. We didn't see that with that. We did see a little bit, right? We did see a little bit, but it's like super, because we had so much footage from the incident that happened in Houston with the Migos. We had so much footage that you can only twist the truth a little bit, because you could actually see it, right? But with the Shanquella, I mean, you're seeing a lot of people just twist the truth. They're just bending and twisting the truth, just lying. It's like, okay, here are the people involved, right? This is the people that went on a trip. So a real quick breakdown of this case, or what happened, the incident, the murder of Shanquella, is she's from North Carolina, or the Carolinas, right? So all of her and her friends, they're, going about in the Carolinas, Charlotte, in the Charlotte, Carolinas area. They go to Mexico, and she ends up dead. Her friends, we don't even know how many of them, but I believe it was like 4 to 5. They come back. They tell her mom that she died from an alcohol overdose. So then, and see, like I said, like, this is the problem with this case as it relates to the internet detectives, because there's so many different stories out there. So right now, allegedly, someone sent video of Shanquella being beat to death, right? Or just attacked. I don't know if she died during this attack or what. So you have that initial video. This leads the family, the parents, to send this to the police, and just, I guess, somehow, some way, they got this information to the public, and the public is like, yo, what the hell really happened with Shanquella, right? Now, one of the videos that's out, and see, this is where you just have to question everything at this point. They say, right, who is they, right? They say that there's another video where some girl slams her. She slams Shanquella on her back, and then from there, Shanquella doesn't move. So, okay, is that the murderous blow, right? But is that even real? Okay, is that real? Because if the video that everyone has seen where her being attacked, if that got leaked, how come the second video didn't get leaked, right? So you just have to question, is this stuff even real? And that's what I'm saying. Like, just, there's so many lies being spread out, and it's just I just have to think that a part of these lies are coming from that camp, from the people who actually did it. They're like, yo, man, let's just say that, there was somebody else there. And so I wasn't the one who, y'all see me attacking her, but after there was another video, and it's going to come to light soon. Right. So you have like these plants who are trying to get in the way. So they're just spreading all of these lies, trying to get in the way of the case being solved. But that stuff doesn't matter, because we just have to look at the evidence. What does the crime scene? What does the body, what does all of this stuff say? Right. And then once you get somebody talking, once you get a witness, which, look, somebody's going to crack. It's only a matter of time. Okay. Do you want to do time over in Mexico, or you want to do time here in the Carolinas? Right. So somebody's going to talk. But until then, until someone talks, then we're just getting all of these lies. And as it relates to internet detectives, once you get fed with all these lies, and now the detectives are going, because you're going to see, this is what you're seeing. Everyone's reporting on this, on lies. Everyone's reporting on lies. And that's going to slow down the movement, right? When we talk about future crime, how is future crime dealt with? How is future crime treated and punished? What are the punishments for future crime? And that's really what we're dealing with now with this. So this Shanquella, because let's say we go back to the Kershnick Ball, aka Takeoff. We go back to his murder, and let's say we just filled that with a whole bunch of lies, right? Or everyone was saying that Lil Cam did it, so now you have people that's like, yo, Lil Cam, Lil Cam. So let's say that somebody from Atlanta felt that Lil Cam did it because, you know, these internet detectives said that he did it. And they're showing footage, and in their interpretation, they're spewing it out as if it's facts. And that causes someone from Atlanta to cause harm. And let's say they killed Little Cam. And then when the surveillance video comes out and we find out that DJ Pat, if that's what happens, and we find that DJ Pat was the one that murdered Kershnick. Then what? Now we gotta find the killer of Lil Cam, right? So it's a domino effect, and it's like it's just based on ignorance, and that's we can't have it being based on ignorance. Like we have to, no, it has to be concrete, and it has to stand on something. That's the only way that this can truly flourish and truly be a viable, is that it? A viable. That sounds like I'm putting too many syllables. A vital, maybe? A viable. Yeah, viable. So that's the only way that it can truly be a viable tool into future crime, right? Because until, like, computer and AI software first has to have a model that it approves upon. So if humans are being distracted by lies, then and trickery, then AI software can also be tricked. So we have to figure out, okay, how can we eliminate these lies so that when we finally introduce AI to the equation, they can eliminate these lies as well. Because what you're going to see is as more and more internet detectives start to work on all types of different cases, then you're going to find people lying. You're going to find cousins and family members. So family and friends and family are going to start to create propaganda for the assailant and propaganda for the victim, right? So it's going to be likened to the political arena. Those ads, you know, when it's around election time, that's what you're going to see. And instead of directly, it's going to be indirect. So indirect is going to be, you're going to have these lies spread out, sent out about whatever the assailant is. Oh, there's video of him or her, right, crime isn't sexist. So there's video of him or her over. There's a sex tape that was made at the same time that they're saying that he was there and that he killed this man. So how could he have killed him if this sex tape was on OnlyFans doing a sex tape, right? So you're gonna see stuff like that. Like that's gonna continue because they want to establish doubt and they want to eliminate potential jurors, right? So you're going to see that type of stuff. Like this is very, very important. And it's very interesting to see how it all plays out. How can we figure out how to weed out these lies and the propaganda spread and created by whoever, whether it is the victim and they just look, we want to ensure conviction. So let's get some propaganda, or the assailant, we want to get off. So let's create some propaganda. So we're going to have to figure out how we're going to navigate through this propaganda because it's coming. It's coming. Internet and just internet detectives, that field is going to grow. And like I said, from the Shanquella murder, we're going to get a lot of lies because I've seen like 6 pictures of, okay, these are the people who was there. And then I've seen another 6 with different pictures with different people. And it's like, well, what the hell? Right. So you don't really know what it is. And now you just have to wait. But like that part is going to be, eventually like that part is going to be just flooded. Okay. Look, this is now with the Shanquella, I did watch a video where one of the guys who was there was lying. He's lying, talking about the nurse came and he stayed with her until the nurse came, and it was like, boom, we find out there was no nurse, right? So like, yo, what are you doing? Okay, what are you doing? So that's going to be interesting. Like I said, it's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out. But those are our 2. Okay, we have the propaganda created by friends and family on both sides. And then you have the interpretation of the data, the interpretation of footage, whether it's incorrect or correct, but how a person interprets it is going to, that's going to be an issue, right? So that's that. Remember, say your prayers and eat your vitamins. Reese's, PCC.